smell?
Ring. What? You smell. Ring, ring, ring. Hello, Simpson Virgins. Happy topless and pantless Thursday, and welcome back to Krown's Root Cave.
well. Welcome back to Krown's non-crypto cave, just the Air Krown channel now. Or it's still the fucking cave, baby. And it is a beautiful day to be in the cave right now. As what do we have? We have a little bit of Darth Maul dildo action going on right now. Wreck the shorts, wreck the longs. And then where do we end up? Right back in the middle of the range. And actually that is going to really lead up into a pretty major opportunity that I do think is kind of coming up probably between today and tomorrow, actually. With all of the subdued tone that I do want to have, I really don't want to drum up the fear of FOMO drums. Yeah, that's the word that I'm looking for right now. See a lot of people in here right now as well. I want to say welcome and good morning to you. What's up, Arbiter? What's up, Yasik? What's up, man? I feel like I haven't seen you a few days there. What's up, Mohammed? Gohan's mom. There he or she is. I don't know. You can never be sure. BK, Matsy, and I see you, Crypto Alien. Holy shit, man. This one's already getting started way too early, man. Way too early. Sandman, I see you, brother. Fucking buy the dip with his stinky linkies is back in the house. And who else do we have, man? Who else do we have? Zen Bull Trading. I like it, man. I could use a little bit of Zen in my life as well. Trying to get on my meditation habits. Anyways, Phil Bouchard, Mr. Damien. Who else can I pick out over here? Ken Brown, I see you, brother. And Jack, there he is. Jack the fucking man. All right, so let's get into it right now. Start off with the Krown trading application, which we found at app.crunch.net. Of course, it is 100% free, and you can find it in the link description below as well. I should also let you know, because I've been getting a shit ton of... God damn, I need to turn this off today. Sorry about that. A little bit annoying right there. I do apologize, but I do need to address this really quickly right here, because I've been getting a lot of questions on TradingView, actually, which is the absolute bottom worst way to ever contact me ever. The best way is probably just via email, as I do have my DMs closed pretty much everywhere, as it just, I need to like focus on my own stuff going on. But yes, for the people wondering about Caretaker's RSI, it's just on here on the app. You don't get it any other way. So that's hopefully as clear as crystal can be. Anyways, what do we see on the top end dashboard over here? We do see that Bitcoin dominance continuing to rise up. So I do actually really do expect that if we are going to see this macro bull run emerge from this $65,000 level, then I would really expect Bitcoin dominance to be putting in a major low right here. Of course, that doesn't mean that all altcoins are going to get absolutely fucking boo caked on the stick coming up in the next couple of months, but ultimately I would expect most of them to, and of course a few of the strong ones, of which you probably know which ones they are probably going to do actually rather well. In fact, Fear and Green Index actually took about a 9-point dump from yesterday to today, which is really interesting right there, mostly because Bitcoin, I mean, let's have a bit of perspective here, because I see a lot of people in the chat, or maybe not a lot of people in the chat, but I certainly see some people in the chats. What's up, Charles Fuchs? I see you over there, brother, in Falcor. But I see some people in the chats who are saying like, man, I'm wrecked. This last move wrecked my portfolio. Sir, we just had a little bit less than a 10% dump, and we're still in the $60,000 territory. This is mind-blowing to me from someone who's been here for the last 5-6 years now, I guess. And I suspect a lot of other people who are OGs of the cave also know this as well. This is nothing, man. It can get so much worse. This is still even just operating on higher lows, even on a goddamn 4-hour. Oh, you don't want to know what it's going to look like when there's a daily reversal. But I don't think we're there just yet, to be quite honest with you, although we will overlay conditions for that. And what else do we have going on over here on the front end? Well, we do see the top 10 best coins. Actually, another big day for Loopring yet again in IOTEX, which I have no idea what the hell that thing is, but it's going to the moon and beyond, I guess, because it keeps on being on the top 10 best coins list. We got Cadena once again there, KuCoin Tuckin, KuCoin Tuckin, Tuckcoin to Tuckin, XTC Network, Chili's, Ravaining, and Unis, whatever the fuck that thing is. Into the mark data tab we go. A lot of very interesting things going on here today, actually. Okay, so first and foremost, a global open interest now starting to shave a little bit off. That is obviously coming in from Rekt shorts and longs, and I expect that we're going to see more on top of this. The global leverage ratio also taking an ever so slight downturn here as well. Ultimately, we really want to see this come down significantly alongside price action going up, which essentially would suggest, as we're going to go into flow analysis relatively soon, that what is happening is that shorts are coming off as spot leads the rally, and that would be good, similar to what we saw back last year, actually just 1 year ago in November of 2020, where we did see pretty much the prior all-time high on the global leverage ratio, similar to what we see right here, except we actually did reach a little bit higher. And as the leverage came down, price action was going up, as Bitcoin was essentially consolidating around its prior all-time high at $20,000. So I do kind of like this setup. And we're going to go into flow analysis soon enough to kind of match up and see if that narrative is still the most likely one to be at least looking for. Now, global funding rate is really starting to creep up here. Obviously, 0.04% is, it's certainly not low. It's definitely not high either. But we do expect this to continue to trend up alongside Bitcoin moving to the upside as well. And as long as Bitcoin is moving to the upside, that is fine, of course. But now this market is getting a little bit more on the long, heavy side. But realistically, I'm still not too concerned until it really gets into these more crazy areas that we do see, 0.1% regions or more for a prolonged amount of time. Until then, it's kind of in the background, but it's not actionable in my opinion, or at least it's not actionable until we start to match up with price action, which we'll do soon enough as well. Anyways, into the flow analysis, because I do think it's rather important today. And what do we see? So of course, we saw a major, massive Darth Maul dildo, right? Which is direct the longs, direct the shorts. But what was actually happening with spot and leverage positions right here? Well, I have this on a 6 hour, so I do want to look at, essentially when that price action started. And what do we see? Well, we do see that perps are still being net market sold to the tune of about, a net market sell of about 51.12 billion with a B actually. And all spot exchanges are looking really, really good right here. I absolutely love watching Finex for direction, and then Coinbase to a little bit of a lesser degree. Both of them were on the buy side for that, or it's not that they're on the buy side, they were just more aggressive. So when we're thinking about this right here, the leverage positions, so that's going to be represented by perps, which leverage positions can be, of course, liquidated by the market going against them, of course. We're being more aggressive to the downside during that last move, and that does imply that we very likely do have more potentially trapped shorts in this case. Now, is that actionable in and of itself right now? No, absolutely fucking not, because there needs to be a price action level that actually officially, would quote unquote trap them. Essentially, where would their stops be if they are shorting around the $65,000 to $66,000 level? And of course, the late guys right now, they're already too late, man. They're already a little bit too late in my opinion. But as long as spot does kind of continue to buy this on up, I do like this, as I do look at that as absorption. Anyways, now it is time to go to the price action charts, and we'll line this up with ranges, of which very, very simply put here on the 4 hour, right? What did we see? Okay, well, we did see that break below $66,000 yesterday night. Where is the next bottom side of the next short-term time frame range, or actually medium-term time frame range in this case? $64,000. That is where we have been getting all these wicks within this blue box territory right here. That is completely fine. And guess what? Even the 4 hour, even as low of a time frame as a 4 hour, is still within an uptrend as of this current moment in time. Where did it lose its current uptrend? Well, assuming that this is your next local low, which it is not confirmed just yet, would be essentially below there. So if you are actually in the program and you're familiar with the Krown cross strategy, this should be speaking volumes to you right here, especially when we look at it momentum oscillators in confluence with that, as we are making significantly lower lows on 4 hour RSI compared to our last higher low, which was way back on over here, actually way the fuck back on over here. So that is rather compelling. And of course, that is also gonna be consistent, I believe, on the 6 hour as well. Yes, it is. In fact, the 6 hour, yeah, that one even more powerful right there. By the way, I really, really do like the 6 hour time frame. Do we have it on the 12 hour potentially as well? No, we do not. So it goes up to about a 6 hour, maybe even a 10 hour would do it. Let's see, just want to see. No, we do not have it on a 10 hour. We'd have to come a little bit lower than that, to be fair. But still, lower term time frames like that, showing that it is a potential, it is a possibility. But where does it get confirmed? Because this would very likely be the exact same area that I would be looking for to confirm a bear trap, and also, well, wash out some more of those over aggressive leverage shorts. Will it be right here, right on the break, back above the breakout, breakdown trend line in this case? Just it shouldn't actually be 66,250. It should be more like 66,000 even. Now, what I want to line this up with in confluence as well is right here, which is very, very important. Perhaps this is maybe the most important thing happening in the next less than 24 hours by 5 p.m. Not 5 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern time, as we do get the daily and 5-day closure. And if the 5-day does close anywhere around the top side Challenger band, which is currently at actually just below $66,000, so technically speaking right now it's 65,800, basically anywhere around there, I would look at that as a confirmation of a bear trap. And well, we are just grabbing liquidity for another move. In this case, I'd be biased towards the upside. What else gives me a bias towards the upside? Not just our short-term time frame still, essentially accumulated on a higher, or reaccumulated, I should say, on higher lows, but also if we go over here to our momentum oscillators, we actually would see the 5-day flip back up tonight above about $67,000. So do keep that number in mind as well. I don't necessarily think that that's like too likely to happen today, but if we go back down to the daily, what do we see? Momentum remains the upside as long as above $65,000. I believe that's also consistent with what we see on CME. Yes, actually, no, way below there. In fact, 62,750. So again, the ball is in the Bulaw's court right here. Any sort of a closure today, especially above $66,000, but even above 65 is going to look pretty pretty damn good for the next couple days to come. Obviously, I still want to see boo laws prove themselves above 66,000 bucks on a 4-hour closure. But, you know, the setup is there, of course, alongside the flow analysis, alongside the underlying market dynamics, which I do think is rather important. That also does offer up a, you know, a contingency on the other side, obviously. And by the way, I should probably check out 4-hour here as well. Yeah, 4-hour Stokes having a bit of a reset on CME. What about spot price action? 65,800, actually right in line with what we did see on, of course, the 5-day closure, actually. And by the way, we do have a bit of a trend line coming in right here. And we are actually seeing, well, yeah, it would be right around the edge of the bearish control zone. So it would be rejection of that if we do see a bit of a turnaround there. So probably not going to happen on the next closure, but on the one after that, I think it will have a chance, which we will actually probably see on the stream here, as I'll be, well, maybe around like the end of the stream, something like that. Anyway, so what would be the contingency on the other side? What essentially invalidate, or not necessarily invalidates, because nothing's validated right now. It's just I would have I would put the probabilities and statistics in favor of the current trend, and that would be with the boo laws here, obviously. But that would be below, on a 4-hour closure, below about 63,800. If that does happen, yes, I'd be looking for Bitcoin to make another full-on move down to somewhere between about 60,000 and 61,000 bucks. Very likely another bounce there, and then I want to come back and see it after that. Other than that, I don't think it's too appropriate to see anything else, just because, well, a lot of things can happen between now and then. I want to actually see that one in real time. But for right now, I do look at this, you know, if you are a pattern trader, it's just a kind of retest of your ascending triangle base right here, which is completely fine. Very normal in traditional markets and Forex a lot, not necessarily as much in cryptocurrency land from my experience, but fair enough. You know, it is within the cards right there. And I do think that this is, you know, well, dare I say, a bit of an opportunity, although I wouldn't necessarily do it right now. I actually do have my exchange accounts open right here just because I want to make sure that I can take advantage of anything if it were to happen during the stream, which is usually a bad idea. But you can't ignore what potentially could happen right here. I don't think it's necessarily safe just yet, however. Anyways, okay, cool. So we got through all of that. We are 24 minutes into this video. Oh, okay, you got the message. All right, let me just pin up this message over here. Where is it? Come on, YouTube update. What's up, Buried Alive? I see you over there. There he is. All right, there we go. I see it. I can pin it right now, and it is good to go, sirs and zers. Okay, so I actually haven't shown my testnet account for a while now. Again, if you're new here, I basically have this testnet account on Deribit. It is not real money. I just do it to kind of demonstrate, I suppose, demonstrate some skills, if you will, and perhaps you can figure it out from there. But I'm going to remove my face for right now so you can actually see the positions as we're going to show them, and I'm actually going to put on a few new ones. So I'm still holding my, hey, where is it? I'm still holding my $33,000 long from ages ago, and I'm still holding my long $60,000 call strike and 68,000 call strike, which is called the stupid because I bought both fucking strikes 30 times and 20 times respectively. So 30 and a 20 lot right there. Anyways, I do actually like the premium that's currently available on the $6,000 strike right here, and I actually would be putting on a little bit of a spread-ola, as I quite like that, in fact. So I'm just gonna hit all the fucking bids right there. Hey, go fuck yourself. Thank you very much. And what do? We don't just take things nakedly. No, we don't fucking do that, obviously. What do? We go and spread it out over here. So I'm just going to take the other side of this guy. Thank you very much, sir. And goodbye. And I'll be taking that right there. Thank you very much, sir. And what else do we have? Do we have anything else to do over here? I don't necessarily need to buy any more calls because while I don't necessarily mind buying some vol here, as again, our daily BBWP is lifting off the lows, as is our daily HVP, which this actually does look like the move alongside this baby over here on the daily, more importantly. Well, I don't know. Should I put on another spread? Does it really need to be done right now? Let's see. What is available right here, right now, as IV? Actually, IV is quite reasonable. This is actually quite a surprise. It's actually quite a surprise indeed. You know what? Maybe I do take a little bit advantage of that. Decisions. Let's see what December 31st is offering right here. What do we have? What do we have in the 70s and 80s? Okay. You know what? I actually know exactly what I'd like to do here. I'll buy the 75.90 call spread. Let's see, how many do we have? 12 lot again. I will be taking that. Thank you very much. Okay. And let's go do a little bit of a time spread here. And let's go a little bit further out, perhaps all the... Ooh, yes. Okay, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. How many do we have right here? Oh, nice. Perfect. All right, I'll take that again. Thank you very much, sir, and go fuck yourself. All right, beautiful. Okay, so that's enough of that for right now, and let's go back on over here. I think we can maybe even get into the comments nice and freshly today. And for what it's worth, on the short-term timeframes, I should say this, because Bitcoin, you know, while I do look at this as a potential bottoming area, I don't think that Bitcoin's going to put in any sort of a low here without retesting this blue box territory at least another time or two with that in mind. As we work off these very extreme conditions on our hourly, I imagine bi-hourly as well, and maybe even up to a 4 hour. No, 4 hours actually just starting to expand right now, which is really, really interesting on that. So that's something that I have to follow up on because that's not what I expected to see on that current move right there. See what actually momentum oscillators look like in comparison to that. Okay, 4 hour flips back up above 65.8. Okay, bi-hourly is up above 64.350, and hourly is up above 64.700, which we're actually below right now. So I'd actually want to see that confirmed first and foremost. Yeah, until then, I'm just looking at a little bit of an ebb and flow, very likely another few wicks down around this green 55 exponential average, which is in the low $64,000 territory. Okay, cool. All right. Let's see. I am going to turn on the alerts for right now, or where? Oh, there's my face. Haha, I have a face again. And I'm going to turn on the alerts over here, and let's see what else has got lined up for today. Oh man, already a shit ton of messages. This is gonna get out of hand real fucking fast. What's up, fucking by the dip? My linky stays stinky. Oh my man, baby, my fucking man, the Mr. Consistency with the linkies over there. And you know what? I respect it, man. There he is, Hootie Hennessy, another linker actually, or the Link Marines, I think is what they call themselves. Can we look at Link? Yeah, weekly, monthly. Sure. In fact, this would be a good time to do a general overview on this one, just because. I just like this chart because it's one of those few charts that I've been following for a long time. And well, the setup is still there, yeah, even though it does look kind of ugly right there. That's just Link in general. Here we have chain link symbol LINK versus the dollar, and we've been looking at a retest of our prior, of course, early September highs. Right now, we are grinding up at that area for 1, 2, working on number 4 days right here. Yes, we did just have one nasty, very, very nasty Darth Maul dildo in our faces. However, this is still overall good in my opinion, as long as we do remain above yesterday's wick low, which is 31.5 bucks. I'd even go as far as saying still the same thing as yesterday. I am essentially bullish on this thing as long as you're closing dailies above 31.5. I think we moved that up from 29 like a week or two prior, then to 30, and then now once again up to 31.5. And what do we see from momentum oscillator perspective? Well, first off, actually before we get into momentum oscillators, what do we have over here on volatility? Volatility is starting to spark up. Again, this is an uptrend, obviously, and what do we have on daily RSI? Daily RSI is just freshly getting into the bullish control zone. I really, really like that. Again, and what do we see on daily Joule? Actually, a non-signal right there, a nothing burger for what it's worth right now. But here's the validation of the next sort of measured move that I have pointed up here, which would be a daily closure above 35 bucks, essentially. Basically where we're at right now, just a little bit higher by end of day. I think the 5-day, yes, the 5-day is closing today. And if that one does close, especially above 35.5, I'm looking for that measure move to be hit over the next week or two. That's all the way up towards the mid 40s, $45, with very likely a stop along the way, probably just under $40 in this case. Actually, we kind of hit there yesterday, so maybe that one doesn't necessarily get a play again. But overall, I do like this one. Shorter term timeframes, still just higher lows as far as I'm concerned. Do we have hidden bullish evidence possible? Yes, indeed, we do on the 4 hour. Where would it confirm? It would confirm with a 4 hour closure back above 35.5 bucks. So 35.5 bucks on a 4 hour might be actually front runnable for the more aggressive people. Of course, this is not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but I do want to check out what it looks like from here just in case, because this one I do still really like the long-term setup. Hourly's up as long as above 34.10. Okay, cool. 4 hours going to pop back up above 36.5, so that will obviously change in the next closure or two. And then what do we have on the daily? Daily will flip back up above 35.20. So if we do close above 35.5 especially, we see momentum oscillators flip back on up. We do see that daily BBWP is in an expansive territory right here, back above the moving average. So good. And we would be getting above this accumulation range for the past 6 months, I think, going back to May, actually. So that is a rather mature consolidation. I certainly would still be favoring the BULAs here. Again, invalidation is below 31.5 on a daily or even a 12 hour in this case. And would be looking for it moves back down below 30 if that were to happen, somewhere around about 28 for the next short-term stop. But with that said, still liking Link and overall good. So hopefully that was helpful. And there you go, sir. Nice one, man. and a little thank you from Stinky Linky. Hey, man, it's all good, brother. I like living vicariously through you fucking by the dip in Hootie Hennessy, because Link, like I said, is one of those ones that I was actually watching all the way back in 2018, and I never traded it, never did anything with it, but you know, we were looking at it all the way back and over here, and we're like, this is really fucking good. this is really fucking good, because it was rallying all throughout 2018 and 2019 when the rest of the market was not, and that is a really, oh man, I need to write this down. Fuck, where's my phone? Yes. Okay, I have my phone right here. Okay, beautiful, because I'm actually going to record a video on this sort of theory later, so that we can hopefully, you know, dial this in a little bit better. Where the fuck is it? There it is. Yes, found it. Okay, let me just write this down here. Okay, strong. All right, and need to make some notes. There we go. Beautiful, and thank you, and thank you for that. It actually helps out with getting the creative juices flowing. Anyways, what do we have going on over here? We do see Dad Rakis. What's up, man? Just want to say hi. Thanks for thank you for that. Just a nice positive message. I appreciate that, man. I love it. I absolutely love it, man. Nice and easy, and I wish you the same as well, man. Thank you. Crypto Alien, he's back. Fucking eggs and bacon. I finally made it on time. All good, brother. You must either be up extremely late or very early, like myself. Goddamn government controlling those bastards in Area 54. They're at it again. Please look at Star Atlas Daily, weekly, monthly. Okay, let's check it out. I guess it's just this. Gonna write it in there and see what happens, and hopefully it's this thingy. Okay, so you're looking at daily, weekly, monthly. Well, this thing's only been around for just about 2 months, so I don't think that there's much of a monthly, let alone a weekly, and barely even a daily to be looking at right here. If anything, this one is probably showing a bit of bearish evidence on the daily. Actually, no, that was unexpected. Let's see. Well, we do have an uptrend. Oh, okay, here it is. All right, short-term timeframes. This is no timeframe that you asked about, but this one just does not have history, man, so I really can't do too much with the higher-term timeframes. I hope that you do understand. But hidden bullish evidence coming off this current low right here. That'll be confirmed with any sort of a closure here or higher. If that is confirmed, I would be looking for another run at your, I guess, all-time highs in this case, and probably runs for new all-time highs in this market. I mean, this is, you know, it's fine. I can't really pull up like a more long-term chart if that's your concern. Unfortunately, let me grab my water over here too. Got to get that nice and ready for today. Elsa's getting her nails ready because she's about to get some more fucking witch nails done. Not a big fan of those. BK. They do look cool, but I don't like it when you scratch me with them. They're like little claws, like little Edward Scissorhands. BK says, sir, Luna USD 4-hour daily weekly. Yep, let's get on Luna over here. I don't think that I actually put out a video on Luna yesterday, and probably deserves one. Yeah, this one's grinding up against its highs again, man. Powerful fucking Luna. Here we have Terra Luna symbol LUNA versus the dollar, and what do we have going on? Well, of course, yesterday was a little bit of a leverage washout. It does look like Luna getting hit right on the fucking face with this one too, but that's all good, as we do see a bit of an interesting setup right here. We do have potential hidden bullish evidence possible if we do close here or higher in the next hour and 27 minutes and 40 seconds. If that does happen, I'd be looking for a short-term move back up to about 51 and a half to 52 bucks. Here's where I would call this a confirmed bear trap and getting ready for, in this case, new highs. That would be with a 4-hour closure. Well, I guess it's the top end of this blue box territory right here. Basically above about 52.75 or so. Anywhere, yeah, basically about 52 and a half, let's just say. That would look pretty damn good. I would still be having more long-term upside trajectory targets, which I actually am still more or less biased towards. The formation target would be right around the mid-70s, 74 to 75 bucks. And long-term, you know, if that condition were met, more importantly, I probably would be looking somewhere up around 100 to, well, I guess 100, which is kind of crazy right now. It's more than a 2x, but that'd still be, of course, over the next, you know, couple weeks here, or sorry, not even couple weeks, couple months in this case. A little bit far away, obviously. It's a little bit of a noxious target to be speaking about when we're still at $50. Anyways, daily BBWP is still actually going through a bit of a contraction phase. So is this one ready like it at this exact moment? Probably not, no. But I remain, you know, long-term bullish on it, especially as long as you're above the daily 21 in this case. I do respect the trend, and the trend is very much a friend. And even the daily will actually, no, the daily will not have hidden bullish evidence, but the daily does still look more or less good here. Let's see if it perhaps has a bit of a signal over on this pane, and then we'll wrap it up. But daily flips back up above 53. Okay, so probably not doing it today. 12-hour above 53.75. Yep, I don't think that this one's going to be making new ultimate today. However, short-term time frames like a 4-hour does suggest that we do test the top side of the short-term range. Again, that's around, I think it was 52. Around about 52. If you start to see closures above 52 and a half, that's where this thing, you know, that's where I kind of throw out what I said earlier out of the window and say, hey, this one's moving right now rather than sooner rather than later in this case. Where would I get bearish on this one and say that it loses its structure? Below 46.80 on even a 4-hour closure would be very, very bad, and imply another move back down to yesterday's wick low at 44 or so. Anyways, hopefully that was helpful. And there you go for Terra Luna. Nice. Not bad, man. What's up, Matsy? Theta USD 4-hour daily. Will that dump affect it long term? Hold on. Okay. It's always like stops me with a question like that. Will the dump affect it long term? This one actually did get hit pretty damn hard compared to everything else. Look, what do things affect long term? Trend is what affects the long term. Now, with that in mind, where does this one lose its trend? Below 687.5. So, has that been hit just yet? No, especially as long as above the 21. I'm not going to be bearish on this, man. If anything, you are pulling back into a contracting volatility read over here. Probably still look at this as long-term good, just a bit of a laggard yet again. So this one's been consolidating for so long. I'd really only get bearish on this one. Yeah, below about 680, did I say 687.5? Anywhere around there would look pretty damn bad. But for what it's worth, I do think that this one, you know, it's not going to really move on its own. Like whatever Bitcoin does, the rest of the market's going to follow. So it's not like, did it get hit too hard by the rest of the market that you know, it's never going to recover? No, it's just going to depend on whatever Bitcoin does, and Bitcoin, you know, showing a little bit of short-term upside here, so probably tries a little bit of short-term upside as well. All good, man. Spencer Smith says, is it fuck or not? Shorts only haircut. No way, man. There is no haircutting in this household over here except for the sides, because those things grow way too fucking fast, man. What's up, Bimmer? Coffee cheers. Hey, thanks for that, man. Do appreciate that, as I actually had a couple cups this morning. Had to get the old juices flowing right there. Actually got an okay night of sleep, the first one since that damn clock change, man. That thing, that needs to stop. That needs to stop. I'm here to tell you that needs to stop. Seriously, though, like, why do we have that anymore? We have lights nowadays. What's up, John, dude? Morning to you. I'm here early today, baby. Fucking nice, man. Couldn't sleep, I'm guessing. Anyways, Meta Hero on KuCoin, 1 hour, 4 hour daily. All right. Asking for a daily on something that, well, hopefully has a daily. It would also be a good idea to read the pinned message if you are new here. Way too new to use a daily on this one. But if I were using a daily on this one, I'd say it looks awful. But I don't think that it's appropriate to make too much of an analysis off that 4 hour time frame. Looking for a little bit of short-term upside. We're not getting really any major reversal signals just yet, but probably does give a move somewhere around about 12 cents or so. I would still be kind of on edge about this thing as long as you are especially below this area right here, which is about 13.25. So short term, yeah, a little bit of bouncy, but failure to get back above 13 cents or so, you know, in the next few days here. I imagine this one probably just at best trades sideways in ranges. At worst, well, gets sent down to the depths of the others there. Anyways, the real G squared says, what does he say? Ergo Dex, ERG USD on the hourly. Okay, nice. Actually really do like the lower term time frames for what it's worth. Hey, what in tarnation? Oh, it is. Okay, it's this right here. Got it. Okay, you're looking at an hourly. Short term, do we have any hidden bearish evidence? No, not yet. I want to look at a 30-minute really quickly here. Interesting. Very interesting. What is a long term? Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck, man? Definitely a relatively weak name right here. There's no doubt about that. I'd want to see this one close above about $10 on a full hour, and then yeah, I'd look for next move up to about 10.45 to 10.50 or so. Until then, the hourly, this would be kind of the area that you're looking for on a lower high, but I wouldn't necessarily call like downside continuation. I'd just call another move back down somewhere around about 9.5. So it's kind of like your range for right now. Basically closing above $10, I'm looking for extension up another half buck. Closing below about 9.87, and I'm looking for another move down to about 9.5 on the hourly right there. Hopefully that's helpful, sir. What's up, Jay Nalon? James Nalon. Sup, E&E? Hey, that's me. And but which one is which? You've been tearing it up lately. Yeah, man, it's been a fun time. I've really been enjoying these. So, you know, thank you for being a part of this. And just on that topic, man, thank you also for liking this video. I see that there's 600 likes on this video already. That's insane. So massive thank you for that. 1,400 people watching. So this is it's a nice busy morning, I'm sure, as everyone's been woken up by the old price action overnight. At the end of the day, though, you know, while I do sometimes get a little bit excited with my own expressions and whatnot, you know, understand that trading is really just a game of statistics and probabilities. And realistically, if I were to do this in the same way that like I actually do when I'm trading myself, you know, it's very boring. It's just like, okay, we have this area right here, we have this area right here. Excitement is just external. That's all, man. Anyways, you are looking for Dixie. Okay, yeah, we can look at Dixie short, medium, and long term. All right. Let's pull it up. Where is it? There's my Dixies over here. Short term, a little bit short term toppy, but that's on the hourly. I don't know if that's exactly what you're looking for. If you're looking at medium term, I look at a daily on this thing. Daily is long term extremely bullish here, but short term, a little bit of a pullback. Wouldn't mind to see a pullback down to like 94.63 or so. anything like that is fair game. Long term, this is a breakout. I'm extremely bullish on this one long term. Monthly is phenomenally fucking bullish. This is literally a macro low right here, and I'll be looking for this one to work its way up towards a minimum of like 97 over the next 3 to 4 months, and I would not be surprised at all to see this thing back around 100 within the next year, maybe year and a half, because this thing does move rather slowly. But we got very, very low BBWP right here. We have a reversal. We do have we have a break above the range highs. I mean, this is what you're looking for. Monthly RSI is bullish, or at least it's a rejection of the bearish controls, and a monthly Joule has been bullish ever since May. So it takes a long time for it to play out, obviously being that it is monthly, but sideways and up is the name of the game. Short term, however, probably a little bit of short term downside down to the mid 94s or so, if that's what you're concerned with. What's up, fucking by the dip? He's back, baby, just like Voldemort. IOTX. Okay, is this that thing that we looked at on the dashboard to begin this thing? Yeah, it is. Okay, so I've never looked at this thing before in my life. It's been as far as like charts go, but I keep on seeing it on the winners list, and well, I guess it all makes sense now. I mean, this is phenomenal, and it actually has. This is actually quite the surprise, man. It has a good amount of history here going back to June 2018. Was not expecting that at all. A very powerful chart, one of the best charts that we've certainly seen today, and I'm not bearish or anything that looks like this long term. What time frames were you? Daily and weekly. Okay, weekly, obviously long term good. This is just continuation here. Weekly RSI very healthy still. BBWP on the weekly, you know, probably does go for 100 percentile in this move. It is getting hot there, obviously, but I would be looking for, you know, another slew of new highs. Also, weekly Joule is another signal as well. Pretty damn good one right there too. Daily, same thing. You know, short term pullbacks down to 16 and a quarter are completely fine. Not even saying that you're necessarily going to get that, but I have nothing bearish about this thing at all whatsoever, especially as long as it's above 13 cents. So that was enough. Is the name of the game. Very, very powerful chart here. In fact, one of the best, man. Very, very good. Maybe we even come up with some potential areas of interest on this next move here. Okay, so we're currently kind of basing at the 1.618. I guess the next area of interest to the upside on a continuation on the weekly is about 40 cents or so. So not bad, man. Not bad. Cool. Let's see. BK is back again. CVX versus Wrapped Ethereum. Okay, I remember. Is this a really good one, or was it Curve? Well, this one's fine too. It's fun on a daily. What time frames were you looking at though, sir? You were looking at a 4-hour daily, weekly. Not going to be much of a weekly on a chart like this, but daily's good. Volume increasing on a break of your all-time highs. All good stuff. Yes, your first move is a pullback. It's completely fine. I'm bullish as fuck on this thing as long as you're above 0.0668. In this case, again, weekly is not going to be too helpful. 4-hour, you know, we're working off of extreme conditions over here, obviously. So short term, a little bit of sideways and down. Wouldn't mind another test around 0.07, but as long as the invalidation condition is not hit on the daily specifically, just looking at another higher low somewhere around here, and then very likely does try again to the upside, maybe over the next week or so. Very, very constructive chart for the history that we do have. You know, this is obviously accumulation right here. I just think that it takes a little more time, man. Anyways, we got some guy says Luna short, medium, long term. We got that one already, so all good there. I even recorded it. How does it look after correction today? It looks fine. Again, keep in mind the invalidation conditions. Cheers, Harold, McDougal, Skeeterson, Rap, Scrap, Booty, Boop. I'm gonna explode. You sound like a robot, sir. Meeker's Adventures, what's up, man? Please braid your hair. Nah. Also, info on CRO. Well, it is the crypto.com card. Let's see what we got over here. Let's go to Bittrex. Still within our range, baby. Still within our range. All right. Here we have crypto.com, symbol CRO versus the dollar. Been following up on this one for the past couple weeks here. It's been very, very good, and it is actually still very, very good in my opinion. And it came down exactly to the bottom side of our range right here. What did we say about it over the last few days? As long as it's not close below specifically about 32 cents, then I am looking at this as a very healthy consolidation and like to trade sideways and up from here. Now, if it does start to break down, which maybe we can even do this on a 4-hour. Yeah, if we do see a 4-hour closure below about 31 cents in this case, I would be looking for a pretty actually nasty move to the downside, somewhere right around about 28 cents to where I'd be looking towards. But for right now, I would give this chance to put in a little bit of a higher low right here. Momentum oscillators on the 4-hour are not as supportive as that, to be fair. So let me just see if even the more shorter term ones over here are going to be supportive of that, because that actually might suggest that it will move further south first. But nope, 4-hour SOX popping up above 32 cents. Okay, bi-hourly is going to be popping up or remaining up above 32 and a quarter, and hourly is also freshly up above 32 and 75. So With that in mind, I'd give it a chance here. And again, I wouldn't necessarily invalidate the short-term continuation until 31.25 is actually closed below on a 4 hour specifically. Until then, I suppose sideways and up is the name of the game here. Still like this one, obviously long-term. All higher-term timeframes are bullish here, just based off a trend. But I suspect that we do spend some time working off these very extreme conditions on the daily specifically. So what does that look like? It probably looks like a more prolonged sideways range over the next couple weeks. Maybe that comes with one more test down to about 28 cents or so. That's completely fine. I would even still say on the daily, but all higher term timeframes on this one are still massively bullish here. In fact, 5 days is going to be closing today, and this one's, it's consolidating around current all-time highs, which, on a break of our topside area, which is 41 cents, I would be looking for continuation moves towards basically 55 to 65 cents or so over time. We're talking like when that condition is met, then maybe the next couple weeks after that. It does still look very, very good long term. And this is phenomenal chart long term, one of the better ones that we'll probably even see today, over the next few months here. So hopefully that was helpful. And there you go for CRO, sir. Nice one, man. Cool. Martin Hunt, he's back. AVAX USD. Yeah, we can do that. Let's do AVAX. Where is my AVAX? Yeah, there we go. $88. Still looking pretty fucking good here too, man. Kind of crazy. Anyways, okay, you're looking at daily. We'll do a general overview on this one. Here we have Avalanche, symbol AVAX versus the dollar. And what do we have? We have a consolidation around the highs. Yes, this one did get hit alongside the rest of the market on yesterday's Darth Maul dildo. That is completely fine. What would not be fine and what would invalidate bullishness here, it would be either a 4 hour closure below, especially about 80.25, or a daily closure below basically the same level, 80.5 in this case. Until then, I still like the trend. I still favor short-term continuation, as we do have potential hidden bullish evidence that will be confirmed within the next hour and 14 minutes with any sort of a closure here or higher above about 87.75 in this case. If that does happen, I'd be looking at another run around your $93.50 all-time highs in this case. And long-term, it would still be implicative of continuation as we see volatility continuing to expand. Obviously, the trend right now is to the upside. Now, if the invalidation condition is met, I would be looking for this one to actually take quite a tumble down to the low 70s, somewhere around about 73, give or take about $1 from that target. But overall, I'm always going to like a chart that looks like this for what it's worth. Maybe we have some major bearish evidence to be putting in here. Potentially, yes, but would still need to close below that $80 pivot, and then yeah, that would play out. And well, that looked pretty damn bad, to be fair. So keep in mind where the invalidations are. But I'm never going to hate a general uptrend on all higher term timeframes. So we just look at it from one other angle over here, because this is still a rather interesting one. Maybe get off the hourly. What's a 4 hour look like? 4 hour pops back up above 84.70 in this case. Daily is going to pop back up above 90.75. Okay. And 5 day is actually freshly up above 74.5. Still kind of favor the upside here if you put a gun to my head, but a little bit more short term sideways. And then assuming that the dailies do not hit those invalidation conditions over the next probably like 3-4 days, then I probably would be looking for this one to continue its way upwards and onwards. And where's the next targets on a breakout out of $95 or 94.70 in this case? You're looking at a move towards 101.5 would be kind of the first target. Although I don't think that things would necessarily stop there, except for like a short-term pullback. Generally speaking, I'd be looking for this one to work its way up towards the mid to low 1 teens, if you will. Hopefully that was helpful. And there you go for AVAX. Nice one, man. The real G squared, he's back. Please compare Tesla and Ethereum. Okay, let's see. Can I actually pull up this pair? That would be really useful. Versus Ethereum like this. Let's see. Yeah, we can do that. Wow, terrible. Fucking terrible, man. Tesla's getting absolutely shreked by Ethereum right there. But however, well, this is a redistribution pattern, to be fair. Here's the thing, though. I would invalidate it as bearish on the daily if you do pop back above whatever this number is right here. Unfortunately, we don't have enough decimal places to document it, but basically take out this prior high, and I'm looking for this one to go Tesla, that is, rally versus Ethereum for the significant future. Until then, I am phenomenally bearish on this, looking for moves back down around your May lows. Of this year, by the way, and also our May 2019 lows, funnily enough, as well. Other than that, I can't even really pull up numbers here, which is kind of annoying. Let's see. Winning Choice 87 says, first snap a like, thank you, then play the video. I do appreciate that, man. Thank you. We need to yeah, man, all good, brother, all good. Yep, we just got AVAX and I recorded it, so I think we are good there. G squared is back. Appreciate that, man. But oh, you just got some emoticons. I like it. Cilantro Crypto says, when Krown trades course? Oh, you talking about Elio? Yeah, so I made a whole like newbie just like TA 101 for him. I think he's going to put it up relatively soon. I think he just wanted to like have his team make it a little bit more presentable, you know, put some like graphics in there and shit like that. So fair enough. You know, it's in his team's hand. In case you don't know, Elliot handles like all that I do on that channel is I just create the videos. Like other than that, I have no say in like the titles or when things go out or which video goes out, because I actually typically record quite a few just, you know, just because, well, it's rather easy to be quite honest with you. But all good, man. Yeah, it should be up there, and I'm actually rather proud of it, to be honest with you. It was a fun one to do, just because whenever I have to like re-articulate, especially those you know, those very like early and entry level ideas, it always kind of, you know, helps me with my own understandings. They, you know, they get a little bit deeper each and every time. What's up, Raj? Chili's, okay, Chili's daily, weekly, sure. Okay, so this one should have a weekly, I think. This is from 2017. Very good here. Very, very good here, actually. Here we have Chili's versus the dollar symbol CHZ, and this one still remains within its very good posturing, consolidating around its all-time highs. We do see a slew of higher lows, 1, 2, 3, 4, count them right there, looking good, and any sort of a validation or resolution above 53 cents, and I'm looking for this one to play out the measured move, which in this case is going to be probably around its current all-time highs. And do we move onwards and upwards from there? Probably yes. That's a 62-cent implied target. Where would we be looking at after that? It's actually right in line with the 1618 for what it's worth. Above there, you know, maybe the next couple of weeks after that condition is met, I do look towards 70 cent plus. But ultimately right now, what's most important? Well, where's the invalidation? Where do these ideas get invalidated? And very easily put below 46.5 cent would be very problematic and make this one bearish. At least in my eyes. Daily momentum oscillators, what do we see? A daily RSI holding within the bullish control zone, nice and sturdy, good. Daily Jewel is a non-signal right there, but kind of shaping up to be a little bit more on the bullish side, really grasping at straws right now. And we are still seeing volatility contract into what I would consider a very constructive read right here. Consolidation around the highs of this rally. Probably going to gun for its prior highs, you know, over the next couple months here, if I had to guess. But, you know, a good setup nonetheless. Always be aware of the invalidation conditions. Maybe we just briefly look at the daily momentum over here just to see. 5-day momentum remains to the upside. Daily will remain to the upside with the closure today above 51.5 cent. I generally like it. My own experimental indicator over here looking actually pretty damn good. For what it's worth. So there you go for Chili's, and they actually pretty good. Nice one, man. Let's see. J3F says Ray USD 4 hour and 1 hour. I'm wishing you the best as well, sir. All right, Radium. Yeah, maybe FTX is the exchange to go to. Low term timeframes here. 4 hour again got hit a little bit harder than most other things. It looks like. I imagine the hourly is going to be a little bit more obvious. I like to see an hourly closure above about 11.60. If that does happen, I look for this one to reclaim somewhere around 11.90 to $12 short term. 4 hour, same thing. Hard to love it as long as you're below 12.25. Although again, it depends. Like whatever Bitcoin does, this thing's going to follow, right? So Bitcoin, if Bitcoin plays up here, it's probably going to reclaim those regions. Bitcoin plays down, it's probably not. But we do have some potential hidden bullish evidence in progress here. Actually, no, we do not, because we did make a lower low right there. So. Scratch that. That is not correct. And I would get phenomenally bearish on this one below about $11, even on the 4 hour closure, for what it's worth. What's up, Drewified or Drawified? Ready for green dildos? I love my green dildos in my face. Cadena, short term. Okay, symbol KDA versus the derp. Versus the derp right there. All right, nice one. Maybe we'll record this one. Here we have Cadena, symbol KDA versus the dollar, and let's see what we're dealing with right now. Looks like it actually did break above the top side of our prior range highs, which is good, and that does constitute a validation of a continuation condition. That was above 21.88 from, I believe, our last video. What are we looking towards next? Well, we do have a bit of formation going on right here. Let's see where the implied target would be, somewhere around about just around about 28 and a quarter. Perhaps there is an invalidation condition, of course, on this as well. That would be below about 19.15. Looking for a move back down to your prior range lows at about $15 even. Until that happens, though, sideways and up is probably the name of the game. And this one's still actually looking pretty damn good on the daily as volume continues to pour on this one to the upside. It's actually increasing to the upside as well, which is a really good sign. BBWP is working off of extreme conditions. So like I said last time, I believe, I don't think that this one has too much further to go. I do think, and again, this is like too deep of a target right here, to be honest with you. But technically speaking, the next major macro upside trajectory would be about just below $35. Maybe we can come up with a little bit of a more reasonable one for the short term, perhaps. Let's see. Yep, we're already selling off of the $24.50 level right there. Okay, that's to be expected. So I'd also say that that would be a little bit more of a continuation condition for the very short-term timeframes in this case. Be getting continuation somewhere around about $29 to $30, which is still quite the move right there, to be honest with you. Anyways, just out of curiosity, see like how wound up is this damn thing? Because I feel like it really wouldn't take too much to force this one to correct, but daily keeps with this upside posturing above 24.85. 5-day closing today will remain with upside posturing above 21.5. Okay, 4 hour will pop back above $24. So we actually are probably looking at a little more sideways short term, if anything. It's just, I mean, this one's very fucking hot right here. Where would I be calling this rally over for a while? Not necessarily in the certainly not in the short-term timeframes anytime soon. Below $15 on a 12-hour or a daily would do it for me. And then yes, I would be looking for corrections down to $8 or $9 or so. The problem is though is that this one is still actually showing more bullish things than not for the short term. So I am inclined to say that it probably has still one more move to the upside, as we did say the last couple days here, I believe. And well, I suppose until that invalidation condition gets met, I remain with the trend, and the trend is, well, in this case, your friend, and very much a good friend as well. So hopefully that's helpful. And there you go for KDA, sir. Nice. Yeah, we did do CRO earlier, by the way. So all good there, sir. All right, let's see. Mr. Deaver. What's up, Mr. Deaver? Real stock alert. What about it? Always a great show, bro. Thanks, man. Could you do a quick analysis of DKNG? DKNG. DraftKings. Oh, man. I wasted so much money on this bullshit when I was in my early 20s, or was it around my early 20s? Maybe it's my mid 20s. Still, I had no excuses as well. Yeah, this one's put in a top right here, man. Now, it is put in a weekly top, but I don't think it's ready to break down just yet. Or at least I'd be rather surprised if it does break down from this current level right here. Probably a little bit more likely to bounce off this level, if anything. And then over the next few months, like 3 to 6 months, probably puts in another lower high. Anywhere below about 55 is going to look pretty atrocious for the long term. But if you're looking at, you are looking at a weekly. So again, bearish, but I don't think it's actionable just yet. And hey, I would invalidate bearishness. Well, in this case, above your last weekly high, which is 62.5. Above there, obviously bullish. But this is distribution, is what it looks like to me. Kind of nasty, man. So while I would be looking for a bounce off this region, over these next couple months here, I don't think it'll end up being long term anything more than a bounce. Probably finds another lower high somewhere in your like low 50s dollar region. Until then, I mean, between $40 and $50, that's actually quite a large range. And where I'd actually look at as this one is likely to break down sooner rather than later, well, below your $40 region right here, send this one back down to probably at least somewhere down around here. I mean, this is going to look really fucking nasty, like low, just under $30 or so. It'd look really, really bad. What's up, Dane Storm? Oh, god damn it. Doggy coin. Motherfucker! Got some doggy coin business going on over here, but hey, maybe I shouldn't judge it too early. Oh, doggy coin. Getting fucking boo caked on yet again. Again, it's like, if you're gonna be looking at Bitcoin, it's likely put in a higher low. You kind of have to be bullish and everything else. And Dogecoin's no different here as well. Let's record it. We haven't done a video on Dogecoin for a while. Here we have Dogecoin symbol DOGE versus the dollar, and this one's still struggling above its 30-cent resolution point right here. As long as it's below there, hard to get super excited about for the long term. Above there, I do look for this one to make some pretty impressive moves to the upside. Actually, yes, it is a meme token and all that good stuff, but looking at another move somewhere around 40, maybe even as much as 45 cents if that condition were to be hit. Until then, short-term timeframes, I'd get phenomenally bearish on this one. Below about 24 cents on a daily, 12-hour, same thing as well. If anything, I mean, it's certainly weak here, very much relatively weak compared to the rest of the market. But look, if Bitcoin pulls through at these levels, Dogecoin's very unlikely to break down as well. Anyways, very short-term time frames, like a 4-hour, do see a bit of a range going on right here, so probably playable. In this case, short-term, just looking at an ebb and flow, probably does test somewhere around 25 cents again, and then I'd be looking for some sort of divergences, of which we do not have any building up right now. So I think at best this one's going short-term sideways, and then probably puts in a move somewhere around about 27 to 28 cents or so. But until, until you do start to close above about, 30 cents or just below 30 cents, hard to get excited about for the macro case here. So hopefully that's helpful. And there you go for Dogecoin. If it does hit the invalidation condition to the downside, I would be looking for this one to come all the way back down to like 21 to 20 cents, but probably not happening here, to be honest with you. Anyways, hopefully that was helpful. And there you go for Doggy Coin, sir. Nice one, man. Fuckro says, hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. How was your sleep today? It was actually decent. Could have been better, but decent, man. Thank you for asking, actually. I've got nice I've got nice stop loss and got nice buy the dip. So Eternal Crypto, anything notes about Luna? So Eternal Crypto, anything notes about what do you mean by that? Is Eternal Crypto is this what you want me to look at? I'm guessing is this a thing? Is this what you want me to look at? I don't know. I'm guessing no, because that's not even like what it would be. If you're asking about Luna, we already did Luna. I'm just not necessarily clear on what you're specifically asking, but let Elsa know if I got that wrong. If you are asking about Luna, then well, we actually did it very, very early, so you can just scroll back there, or I'll actually put up a video on it a little bit later today. What's up, Simon? Good morning to you, sir. You're definitely Swedish, so good morning, neighbor. Can you check out Trios 4-hour and daily? Any chance of a short-term recovery? Again, whatever Bitcoin does is going to essentially dictate the rest of the market. So if Bitcoin recovers here short-term, which I think it's a little more likely than not, then so does Trios. But then again, Trios, it sounds like I'm saying it wrong, does look a lot more toppy to me than not. We do see 1-2 drives of bearish divergence come off that last high. Yeah, you would have played out the obvious target from that already. So how do I look at this one right here? Well, what does a short term mean to you? Maybe an hourly, perhaps. And what's a recovery mean to you? Like back up to its prior highs? I mean, short term, I think best it does is sideways between about 22.25 and its current lows at about 1985. Is there any chance of a short term recovery? Of course, there's a chance of everything. It's like, what's the fucking probability though? What's the statistics behind it? In this case, I mean, it's going to come down to whatever Bitcoin does. I just don't know what you mean by recovery, because like this thing's already at all-time highs, man. If you're on a weekly, if you're on very short-term time frames, then it actually does look kind of nasty here. But I wouldn't necessarily get like full-on bearish below it, as long as you're above about 1980. In this case, I'm probably looking for a bounce here more than anything, and probably back up to like 20, 21 and a half, $22 short-term. Kurt Barger says how to get momentum oscillator with the info box. Can't. No, you can. It's in the Discord. P2E says, sure, check whale versus wrapped Ethereum daily chart. Sure. By the way, we've been getting a lot of questions about the Discord as well. Yeah, anyone's allowed to come into the Discord, of course. It's an open and free community. However, you do have to get past the alt-identifier bot, so that is our one condition. And if you can't do that, well, probably shouldn't be trading either. No offense. Sorry, but trading is going to be a lot more difficult. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that. Anyways, please check out whale versus wrapped Ethereum. Looks like a chart that I don't want anything to do with. It's a pump and dump obviously here, but hey, this would be your pumpy area for what it's worth. If you are going to try to play the what's that Texas saying? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Yeah, if you're doing that, I mean, this would be the pumpy-ish area from the long-term scale. For at least for the history that we do have. And for what it's worth, it does look like it's putting in a bit of a bottom right here as well. Probably looking at a move back up towards 0.0052 or so over the next couple of weeks. Very bearish below about 0.000307. So, pick your poison there. It's fucking large ranges, so I don't think that that's necessarily too helpful, but that's why it's an altcoin, man. Charting two very illiquid altcoins against each other. Anyways, Martin Hunt's back in. He wants to look at one BTC on the daily and weekly. Okay. All right, so we're looking at Harmony over here. One versus the dollar. Let's see. And what time frame you? Daily and weekly. Okay, got it. Let's record this one too. Here we have Harmony 1 symbol ONE versus the dollar. And what do we have? We have another range play. As long as this thing is essentially above, I would actually even move this up above about 24.25. I do like it long term. I look at this as a healthy consolidation with contracting BBWP on the daily. And, while it might have another run around 24.25, I'm not bearish on it as long as it's closing above there specifically. So if it were to close there below there, that invalidates its long-term good setup here, and I'd be looking for big moves down somewhere around 21 to 22 cents or so. Anyways, with that said, all higher term time frames are still obviously in an uptrend right now. I just would like to see it actually validate itself, which would be implied with can we do this on a 4-hour? Yeah, we could do this on a 4-hour closure above about 33 cents in this case. And then, yes, I would be looking at this one as likely to get a continuation move up to about 42 and a half cent or so from there. What do momentum oscillators say about this one? However, we have some hidden bullish evidence potentially forming. No, not on the daily at least. What about the 4-hour? Yeah, it would be on the 4-hour if it does close here or higher. Probably getting another short-term move back up to like 30 cents or so. But that's not really what you seem to be concerned with. So will address that concern. Still 5 days, 5-day time frame. Long term good, short term just sideways. I still think. I think that this one does have a little bit more time to put in sideways here. For what it's worth, maybe we go check it out from this angle just to see if maybe that disagrees for right now. But I suspect that this one still at best goes sideways for a bit. No, actually, daily pops back up with extremely low volatility reads above 27.25, which we are currently more than more than a cent above right now. So that is actually good. Same thing with 4 hour. You know what? Maybe I'm wrong about this one. Maybe this one's in a much better posturing short term than I give it credit for. I'd like to see it reclaim about 30 cents. If that can happen, I'd be looking for another run at the top side of your short-term range at about 33 cents. Above there, well, same target supply. So hopefully that's helpful. And there you go for Harmony. Sweet. What's up, Igor? Sol, yeah, let's do some Solanas. What's Solanas doing over here? 240. Oh, powerful Solanas. Yeah, Solana's already kind of doing its thing, sirs and zers. In fact, this would be a good time. Oh, man, I really want to take that trade. Well, whatever. I won't do it right now. Let's record this one. Here we have Solana, Sol versus the dollar, and what do we have? We do have, yet again, another low at the bottom side of a range. Same ranges for the last week or two now, and I would be looking for this one to test the top side of our current range, somewhere around about 255 or so. Now, above 255 on a 4-hour closure, I do consider this one actually trending and breaking out towards new all-time highs in this case. Next target would be somewhere around about 269 basically. I don't think that things would stop there long term, just a short-term pullback, and then maybe over the next couple weeks after that, move up to, I suppose, 300 plus. As crazy as that does sound. Now, it should come up with a short-term invalidation condition as well. That would very easily be below 230 on a 4-hour closure. Be getting another move back down towards yesterday's wick low, somewhere around about 215 to 220 or so. Very nasty move right there. Daily, what do we see right here? Not really giving me too much. I mean, 5-day closing today, still good. I don't have any issues with that. Same thing on weekly. I mean, all of this is good on the higher term time frames. But do be aware of the invalidation condition as always. Let's see what we got going on over here. 4-hour Stokes are fucking green dildoing to the moon. Daily pops back above 258, so probably not happening today, but it should be known that we do have a nice big, I guess I already have it in there, nice big trend line guarding against the edge of the bullish control zone, so nice. 5-day, what are we doing? Up as long as above 215, okay, easy, and weekly above 195, also rather nice as well. 12-hour will also flip back up above 250, so, and this one actually has a lot more of an obvious trend line going on right here. Very, very nice. I think Solana probably pulls through here, man. I'm going to be biased towards the upside on something like this, obviously. Just want to see it prove itself a little bit more, and then all good. Hopefully that's helpful, and there you go for Solana. Sweet. Let's see, what else do we have over here? Lindsay. Wait, what's up, Lindsay? Good morning to you. Thoughts on CLSK, my little Bitcoin miner that couldn't on the 4-hour daily. Okay, so this is some sort of a miner. I'm guessing it's a stock then. Clean Spark. All right, sounds like a miner maybe. Yeah, not too hot right there. That does look quite toppy. 4-hour and daily. I've accumulated on dips below 15 and ready for the remaining bull run. Okay, so you're in a phenomenal, Lindsay. You are in a phenomenal position actually. Really, really good. Now, again, I feel like, did we look at this one the other day? Yeah, long term, what the fuck was this? What was I doing there? I wonder what that's all about. Anyways, I do think that this one does have a little bit of a leg down, somewhere around about $19, but I actually do like your position for what it's worth long term. I look at this one as very bullish long term, as long as you're above $17, essentially. However, short term, I do think that it pulls back a little bit here, but 17 to 17.5 is kind of where the buck stops on this one. Monthly, still long term. I do favor long term upside. It's just, I think you're going to be waiting there for a while because this one is kind of working off of, extreme conditions. We did put in some bearish evidence on daily RSI, a few drives there, which is not the best short term. I would be looking for this one to come down a little bit more first. What's up, Trick Shots? Can you take a look at Euro versus the Brazilian Real? Okay, so we'll do EUR versus B. Yeah, okay. Well, that worked. On IDC, bad. Brazilian Real is looking short-term good, man. Be looking for this one to come down a little bit more towards 6.25. Weekly and month. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so you're looking very long-term. Long-term, it is going through an accumulation range, that being the Euro versus the Real there. But I do think that it will have some major downside here. I mean, this is a pretty massive range. Yeah, look at this, phenomenally bullish over the long period of time. But short term, does it come down? I think minimum. Okay, short term relative to a monthly, I do think it will come down to at least like 607, 610 region. Does it come all the way down here? Perhaps yes. As long as you're also within this region, I do look at it as long term bullish. So Yeah, I do think it does come down a little bit further here. It's going to be bounced along the way, but long term, I'm actually rather bullish on that. Cool. What's up, Mr. Herbert? Looking for a moment to buy a house with my Brazilian wife over there. Nice. Hey, sweet. Actually hear really good things about Brazil. Anyways, Herbert says silver on the daily. Oh man, we got the rocks. How are the rocks doing today? What are they doing? That's the real question. Actually, silver pretty good. What do we have on silver? We have an inverted head and shoulders right here. This one's actually popping back up into its range after fulfilling our $21.50 target. And I'm actually going to be looking for this one to very likely pop back up around its prior range highs with a stop along the way, most likely around about $25.50 to $26. Weekly is good as well. This is a clear and obvious bear trap, and I believe it's completing probably this week. There's an invalidation condition on this as well, below 24.15. As long as you're above there, man, this is very obviously a bear trap. Completing, maybe as soon as tomorrow. Monthly says the same thing, man. Yeah. Not wise to be bearish on this one right now. I'd actually be looking for this one to work its way back up to its prior range highs. Maybe even breaks out from there too. I mean, this would be the time for the old dirty rocks, but well, fair enough. Let's actually do a little bit of a thought experiment right here. So Bitcoin was created in 2009, 2010. Where was silver around that time? Silver in 2010, actually at this in November, was pretty much at the same price. So while Bitcoin's done its thing, silver has, well, run a regression through the range. Not so impressive, but fair enough. Mr. G, what? Check the last one. All right, just need to remember where I'm at. Martin says, sorry to be a pain. I was asking about the Bitcoin. Okay, god damn it, Martin. All right, please specify next time, just so just so that we can make sure. Bullish, very bullish long term. Looking at a daily, I'd be bearish below about 400 satoshis until then. Well, weekly does kind of look like a short-term high. The monthly is bullish, so long-term is very obviously bullish here. The question is, do we pull back more in the short term? I guess I'd only be looking for that pullback if we do close below yesterday's low. It's kind of a cop-out answer, to be honest with you, but the weekly has me concerned for an extension on that pullback, perhaps down to about 300 satoshis. If that condition is met, it'd look pretty nasty. But again, monthly is very bullish long-term, and 300 satoshis would be about a backfill in last month open, so it wouldn't be like that bad. For what it's worth. All right, let me where did we leave off there? There we go. What's up, Mr. Alinar? Good day, sirs. Can we check out Dusk USD? All right, this is a new one. Can't say I know this one. Dusk USD. All right, right here. Sweet. Okay, and you're looking at a what, sir? You're looking at a long-term daily weekly. Gotcha. Very good. Very good. Short-term looking for another stab around about 31 cents or so. Closure above there, and I'd be looking for this one to retest its prior highs. Weekly, very good as well. I generally am going to be looking for this one to work its way onwards and upwards towards its prior April highs over the next maybe month and a half here. All momentum oscillators are bullish. Weekly, Jewel looking pretty damn good there too. Nice general uptrend. Yeah, good. Very nice, actually. What's up, Jack? All right, there he is. Ethereum, Bitcoin. Okay, and you're looking at a 4-hour and a daily. All right, this is going to be another interesting one to check out today. So it did pop back on up. All right. Okay, hey, there we go. Now, I was probably... I forget what I said yesterday. I think I said yesterday either I'm looking for a local low here, I'm looking for it to come down to about 690. Well, we got our local low right here, and I imagine there's also hidden bullish evidence. Oh, what do you fucking know? Hidden bullish evidence right there. I'll be looking for this one to pop back up above its prior highs from earlier in November, somewhere around about 737. Does it continue onwards and upwards from there towards the next range highs? Probably yes, because this would be a pretty powerful higher low. Just need to see it close above this last little same area as we said before, 737, and then yeah, I would be looking for that. Weekly just corrected down to the 9. Okay, that's good. The weekly is obviously bullish. Looking for this one to work its way back up to its, the prior macro range highs. Now, you did ask about a 4-hour as well. 4-hour is a bit of a bear trap right there. Looking for short-term continuation of 726. Pretty much good on all of those time frames. Invalidation very easily now below 7 million satoshis even. So nice. What's up, Shanae? INJ daily for long-term accumulation. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Daily for long-term accumulation. It looks like it's been under long-term accumulation. And theoretically, that holds true as long as you're above about $11 or so. kind of sloppy, but it's there. Short term, yeah, it's probably fine here, man. Again, these market conditions are very, very, very generous right now, and I'd be saying that this one is going to be validated on a big breakout today, actually, with any sort of a closure, especially above $13, I think. Say 13 and a quarter in this case, and I'll be looking for moves around your prior all-time highs in this case from May. Look pretty damn good if that were to happen. What's up, Mike Bolanos? RNDR, please? Sure. All right. And Ender, I think. There we go. There we go. Render token on coin. Very good. Very fucking good. Whatever we had up over here, looks like it hit it. And it actually looks like it might push through too. Jesus Christ, man. I would give it a chance actually to put in a bit of a local high right here. We are at pretty extreme conditions on BBWP on the daily. 4 hour is actually still good though. So you know what I would say? I would say fuck the 4 hour is actually still bullish right here and showing continuation. I would like to see it close above its current range highs at about 240. If that happens, then yeah, I guess I'm looking for one more drive to new highs. We would have a technical target here as well. That's going to be somewhere around just under $3 actually. This is pretty good, man. The 4 hours actually still suggesting a continuation here. Higher term timeframes, yeah, they're getting very, very hot right now, but I guess it has maybe one more move to new highs, and then I'll be honest that this one is, you know, it's very, very extreme right now. Just well, at least one more move, I suspect. Invalidation below about 187 or so. What's up, Satvic? Appreciate that. Oh, there he is. Okay, well, I want to say thanks for all the good... Hey, man, I appreciate that. Sent the super chat without the message. All good, man. All good. I, too, am new to the internet. But yeah, man, I appreciate that. Thank you. And also, cute little cat avatar you got there. We, Elsa does not want a cat, but I think cats are kind of cool, man. I think they're kind of cool. They're kind of nice to have around. You don't really need to do too much with them. And with that said, I'm taking a sip of this water right now. I'm damn thirsty. We got the Hex Chillers back in the house. All right. What's up, Magic Turtle? Can you look at Hex? Yeah. Okay. So we set a bounce off of like, I think it was 13 or 14 cents last time we looked at it. Let's see if that was correct. Where are we at? Hey, yeah, we actually got him. All right. Not bad. All right. Yeah. Again, you know, this is a bouncy area right here. Oh, got down to just about 14 cents. Okay, beautiful. I do think that this one can bounce up rather significantly. I think it come very easily up to another to like a quarter, maybe even 27 cents. But long term, this is a corrective move, and this is heavily bearish long term, as long as you're especially below 33 cents. So I do think, again, short term probably puts in a move somewhere around about 22 to 23 cents. And I do think that there probably will even be another continuation drive somewhere around your upper 20 cents region. If I had to guess right now, about 28 cents. But I would be cognizant that that's kind of where you'd be looking for on a failed attempt. This is what a parabolic blow off top does look like. I know that the Hexers have a lot of different ideas about this. And I kind of like to hold my tongue about this at the same time, just because, well, I was quite bullish on this thing from 2 cents to 50 cents, but I did call it top at 50 cents down to 20 cents and then a continuation to 14 cents. I don't think that this is going to be over for a long time, to be honest with you. Now, I really don't want to incite the hate of the Hex crew, because they can be rather aggressive, but I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing like long term over the next year and a half down below about 2 cents. So, you know, short term bouncy is probably going to bounce pretty significantly here. Probably going to bounce pretty significantly. I think at minimum 23 cents, probably more like 28 cents. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful, man. There you go. Tell him that cats hitting keyboards, buy and sell buttons all the time. Motherfucker! Just absolutely semi-insane. Damien says Polkadot versus Sol. Okay. DOT versus SOL. Okay. So which one's more bullish, basically? In this case, are you doing your makeup? Of course you're doing your makeup. You know, DOT actually is better long term. Actually, it is more bullish than Solana long term. Interesting. Monthly, yeah, all higher term time frames bullish. I would get I wouldn't say short term, but I would get daily bearish on DOT versus Sol with a move down below 4.6 billion, whatever this level is right here. That's where it kind of loses its structure. But until then, have to be respectful of the trend, and DOT seems to be outpacing Solana by a good margin right there. Cool. Rock some cornrows next stream. I don't think I have enough hair for that, man. That requires like a shit ton of hair. What's up, Meekers? Super. Okay, I worship it from 150 FOMO. Okay, I think this one did hit like our $2 target from earlier this week. Let's see where it's at right now. yeah, still actually pretty damn good. Coming up to this level right here and selling off that region is to be expected. I think I did entertain the possibility of one more move to 219, 220ish region. We got up to 213, it looks like. Close enough is close enough. Now, do I think that it could come down even below your entry? Yeah, absolutely. If this thing does take out yesterday's low, I'd be looking for a short-term continuation about 135. However, I am going to remain long-term bullish on this thing, especially as long as it's above 1.25. I have no reason to change that invalidation point. 5-day, still long-term good. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing work its way up, not just to 220, but probably like $3 over the next month or two, perhaps. Don't necessarily, have a strong idea of when exactly that's going to happen, but short-term timeframes, short-term looking for sideways and up from here. We do have, I'm sure, hidden bullish evidence. Yes, we do. With any sort of a 4-hour closure here or higher, looking for another move back to 193, 194 region if that happens. That actually look really, really good short-term. So I like it. I actually still like it long-term. Sweet. All right, cool. Nice. Let's see. Azul Seraphic says swap 4-hour daily. Okay, so it's this. Okay, so it is a thing. It looks like it only is traded versus wrapped Ethereum, so this is the best that I can do with what TradingView has. 4-hour and daily. Short term, probably down. Looking for a move down to like 47,000. Daily, probably looking for higher lows somewhere around there. What did I say? 47,000 bucks, or sorry, 47,000 butyrols or whatever. Maybe more, somewhere between there and about 49,000. I'd be looking for a bounce around that region. Heavily bearish below 40,000 even. Not necessarily that I think that that's going to happen, but I'm always not super confident on a chart that looked like this, so I want to shoot you straight on that. What's up, Venus Jane? Just saying thanks for the videos, man. Me and my girlfriend watch you every day. Hi to Danica. What's up, Danica? Thank you for joining in on the cave. We got one of the females of the cave, of which there's almost 1% of this community that identifies as female. That is actually really, really cool. Very male-centric channel right here. But yeah, hey, welcome to the cave, and glad that it's of some value to you. Martin Hunt says, oh no, we already got that one. Ryan Howard says, can you look at Lightning Protocol, Light versus BNB? Oh boy. Trades versus BNB. This is, it'd be good. What do you, oh no, it's actually versus Ethereum? Can we get versus BNB? There we go. All right, it's on Cake Swap or whatever the fuck. God damn it, not these charts, man. Short term bad. Looking for this one to come back down to 0.107 or so. You did not give any timeframes on it, so I don't really know where to go else other than that. But I mean, you're looking at two very illiquid pairs. You're looking at two, dare I say. I mean, look at this, man. In a fucking 4-hour dildo, it went up like 49,000%. I'm guessing that this thing has barely any volume, and it's probably going to end up in tears. But hey, I guess scams do pump the hardest, or I don't even know if this one's a scam or not, but I'm very on edge when I see something like that, and then there's like a little bit of distribution going on right here. I really don't feel too confident or comfortable on a chart like this, to be honest with you, though. So I don't know. Maybe you know the fundamentals of it. Maybe you absolutely love it. If that's your game, fair enough. That's completely different than what I'm doing here with looking at charts. Cool. R Lake says, can you take a gander at CTSI? CTSI. Okay, CTSI stock. No, god damn it, it's a crypto, motherfucker. Very good though, actually very, very good. On the 4-hour at least. I'm looking to trade my ex-wife for the moon. Well, no time frames given, but pretty much all time frames are looking good here, so I guess that's a non-event. Probably looking for a move towards 131 short term, and probably a bit of a pullback from there, somewhere right around there. Bullish AF, as long as you are especially closing dailies above 92 cents in this case. Short-term time frames, all time frames are continuation right here. Volume increasing on the upside moves. This is good. I do think you're going to come into a little bit of a short-term consolidation after just one more push higher, and then above that region on a daily. And this thing probably goes for new all-time highs, I suppose. But yeah, it's more good than not. Just look for a short-term pullback relatively soon. Of course, it's not fun to fuss though. The real G squared is back again. Cardano 4-hour. Okay, yes, let's go check it out. Man, I'm curious to see how this one ended up today. Jesus Christ, what a fucking sloppy, what a sloppy Sally. Here we have Cardorpio yet again, the old Cardano symbol, ADA versus the dollar. And it actually still does hold the bear trap conditions over here. So I'm still bullish on this one, believe it or not, as long as it's above about $2.02.5. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. of which we did get a wick below. That's completely fine. Just no closures below on any time frames that matter. Even the 4 hour didn't even close anywhere near below. In fact, the 4 hour probably put in some hidden bullish evidence right here. Yes, indeed it is. So short term, I am looking for this trade sideways and up from here, probably back up to about 220 or so. And next breakout, major region above about 237.5. Above there, I do look for this one to return to former glories at around 270 to 280 or so. Over time, again, invalidation below about 202.5. Until that happens, I am bullish. In fact, I would actually even move this condition up to about 205 in this case. See what it looks like from momentum oscillators and then wrap it up from there. 12 hours back up above 228, so probably not like breaking out anytime today. Well, daily actually remains above, as long as above 208, so good. 2 hour will actually pop back up above 220, and hourly remains up above 207. In fact, I should be looking for this one to trade a little bit sideways enough from here. It actually does look like it will very likely recover. Hopefully that's helpful. And there you go for Carderpio. Nice. Nav Singh says LRC USD, please overall general outlook. Yeah, let's record this one. And people really like this thing. I guess I know why, because it's moving a shit ton. An absolute shit ton, man. Very, very powerful right there. Let's see. Yeah. Wow. Here we have loop ring symbol LRC versus the dollar, and I believe we were bullish on it last we looked, which was either yesterday or the day prior. With, yeah, our last breakout range was from 157, so we've certainly already hit the shallow end of our next target region. That's going to be the 361 pullback right there. I guess I am kind of looking for this one to move its way up somewhere around, I guess, next targeted region would be about 430. This one doesn't necessarily look like it wants to slow down anytime soon though, man. Fucking powerful right there. The problem is when these things get this aggressive, it really doesn't take too much to get a big pullback on them. So I would say that I am cautiously still looking sideways and up here towards the next 430 target. However, I would invalidate short-term bullishness with a 4 hour move back down below 280 in this case, and look for extension all the way down to like $2 even. It'd still be long-term bullish at that point. I mean, obviously daily is still in an uptrend for a very long time. I mean, this is really fucking good there. And we're at very, very extreme conditions right here. We do not have bearish evidence just yet, but it is suggesting that this next major targets that we do hit, whether it be 430 or if it goes for like the mega moon target, which is 5.5, probably do produce a very drastic pullback and consolidation sideways and down after that. But I suppose for now, I still remain bullish on it. It's just always get a little bit on edge when things are like this extreme. But hey, the trend is your friend until the end of the trend, and all momentum oscillators are, I guess, pointing northwards here. Actually, no. 372 on a 4 hour puts 4 hour Stokes back up. Daily remains up as long as above 277, so that's not in any danger anytime soon. 12 hour above 320. Okay, good. And 5 day above 157. All higher term time frames still good here, man. So hopefully that's helpful. And there you go for loop ring, sir. Cool. All right, Gemini Athletes back, Matic daily and 2 day. Let me just double check how many videos I got so I don't overload too much. It's the 11th day of November now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, wow, got way too many. Holy shit. Okay. Well, I guess that's a good problem to have. Matic, you're looking at a 2 day and a daily, you say. I like it as long as it's above 165 still. Or sorry, it was 175 from yesterday. Or no, was it 165 or 175? It should be 175, whatever it is. And it actually did break that region. However, again, it's just, look, I do think that Bitcoin's probably put in a bit of a bear trap right now, so it can't really be bearish on this. Let me just double check. Where was my Matics? Where was my Matics at? No, it was 165. Okay. Well, in that case, I still like it as long as it's above there, man. I look at this as probably your next higher low. We have hidden bullish evidence building. Yes, we do, between this point and this point. And we have significantly lower lows on daily RSI on low volatility, which would be indicative that we probably are pulling back into a higher low right now. Short-term time frames looking good. I have a little bit of regular bullish evidence come off the short-term time frames. Looking for a move back up towards 180 or so. What is going on right here? Apparently, Sandman keeps Moon boys say $10 on Cardano. Why is Sandman always getting in like these arguments with people? So you got to calm down on the internet, man. Like go outside or something. It's all good. Yeah, it's getting a little bit weird, man. So we're gonna ask you to like be more normal, and like talk to people as you would in real life. Or if you do talk to people like that in real life, then they're gonna do what they also do in real life, which is avoid. Sorry, man, but gotta call it out because we want this community to stay, like normal. But yeah, man, like I don't know. I just always see you getting in arguments with people, man. It's the fucking internet. Like, calm down. You're never gonna meet these people, most likely. There's no need. There's no need to be upset. There's no need. What's up, Christopher? I see you over there. Let's see. But yeah, as far as Matic goes, still gonna like it above these regions right here. Just looks another higher low to me. Buy daily. Honestly, man, I think it's gonna push through over the next 4 days here. Momentum oscillators are still good, and again, volatility contracting into this whole consolidation right here. I'm gonna generally look at it as a good thing more often than not. Let's see. Oh, there he is, Ian Terry. What's up, man? Adam. Yeah. Okay. We've been looking at this one for the past like week or so, and it's got one of these more glorious setups here. So let's see how it held up yesterday. Do we have the range lows still? We still got the range lows, but we did lose your higher lows. Or sorry, no, we did not lose our higher lows because that was our last low right here. Okay, interesting. But we are going to lose the potential ascending triangle though. So this one does start to lose its more obvious bullish formation. Here's the thing, Ian. I would feel very comfortable getting bearish on this thing below $30.50 on a daily closure, looking for moves down to 25.25 to 25.25 to 25.5. That'd be rather concerning. But yeah, man, other than that, I don't know, man. It's going to be so difficult to be bearish on something like this. What does the weekly look like? Yeah, buys up the 21 very, very fast. I'd feel really good about this one above about, what is it, 38.5 on tonight's closure. If that happens, I'd be looking for like an actual long-term breakout. This is one of the only charts that I've actually seen today that actually does look a little bit more on the bear side than not. But I'd still wait for the validation of that bearishness again below. I think it was 30.5 or 31. Let's double check right here. Now, let's say more like 30.5 on a 4-hour closure right there. It actually look pretty damn nasty. Anyways, use Maxim at 32 to 33. So you basically are buying what would potentially be the low. So it's a very easy trade to manage in my opinion. So that to me means that it's a good trade. Adil M says Sand versus Ethereum on daily weekly. Okay, breakout retest re-happening. Let's see. Not a huge fan of charting these charting things against Ethereum, but I understand what you're trying to do there. Anyways, you are saying what? Breakout retest happening? This is not a breakout retest at all. This is a breakdown. Not fucking good, man. Where would even the breakout have been from before? I mean, this is sloppy. I'd be looking for this one to come back down to 442 or so. What is that? Yeah, 4442. That is. Maybe a bounce there. Long term, it's still bullish. I mean, okay, I see where you're talking about a breakout retest. It's just sloppy as fuck, man. I do think it probably has a little bit more short term downside, but I will be wrong on that. I will be very wrong on that, and this will be very bullish back above just this last little spike high right here, which is 558 or so. It's just these sloppy looking charts, man, always kind of set me off. So I'm very hesitant on these. Let's see. Blaine Duet says, good evening. Good evening to you as well, ma'am. Can you flip a coin between these two crazy ones, stock or crypto, GME or XRP? You're basically picking two of just garbage bullshit, meme, just things that have really, well, at least XRP actually has maybe a use case. Maybe. I mean, this is actually a pretty damn good chart for what it's worth. I know that I'll get some hate for that, but if I'm just looking at charts, not talking about fundamentals, it's actually fine. Above 131, very, very good. GameStop is just garbage. This is silliness here, in my opinion. Yeah, people are going to tell you that this is an ascending triangle. I'm sure that they will, but this thing is going to trade sideways, in my opinion, for another year, and then we'll break down after that, and it's going to find its way back down below 40, 50 bucks. This thing has no business being up at these levels right here, but games will be played on something like this, right? So what's going on right now? What's up? Well, I understand that, man. Sometimes I get provoked with mean questions as well, but you got to be the bigger man, sir. You got to be the bigger man, or you might be trolling. Anyways, yeah, looking at something like this, man. Okay, so technically speaking, if I'm just going off of tentacles, technically speaking, it actually would be okay. Problem is, there's a deeper game going on here, and it's the game between the big hedge funds and the Reddit traders, which is actually not even true to begin with. Like, that's just the narrative. What's actually going on is it's hedge funds versus hedge funds. Look, whenever you see shit like this, it's not by fucking retailers. I can tell you that for sure. The equality, or to equate retailers to the vast resources that big hedge funds and money managers have is just ridiculous. Like a drop of piss in the ocean. It's nothing. It's just the narrative right now, which is silliness that people play up on because, you know, people like to choose fucking gangs, right? You know, they want to be a part of the GameStop crew. Like, we're going to change things, right? And then on the other side, you know, well, I guess they're not really too vocal about it, but whatever. You know where I'm going with this. Same thing as politics, right? I like the blue team. No, I like the red team. It's like, you're both fucking really, really silly. Like, Jesus Christ, if you subscribe to teams, if you subscribe to politics, like, ugh, oh man, you got bigger problems than this, man. You got bigger problems than this. A lot of things to think about. You got swindled. Yes, you joined a gang and you probably don't even know it. Do those gangs even represent your views? Probably not. Probably not. If you're like a rational and thinking person, you probably have more unique and nuanced views than just a stock standard list of what you're going to be governing off of. Anyways, I should give you the straight up TA on this one. Look, if this thing does go above 278, technically speaking, that should be very, very bullish. This would be an ascending triangle breakout, and you're probably looking at targets towards $400 or so. However, I suspect that you're going to see this one trade sideways for a very long time here, maybe another 6 months to a year, and then probably break down over time as, games will be played. I'll put it that way. Anyways, Dustin James says, you make me laugh. Well, hopefully in not the worst way. Flux short and long term. Don't know what that means to you, man, but look at it anyways. Time frames would be great to include, sir. Pretty good here. Actually, very, very good here. This one's just continuation, man. This one's just continuation. Oh, all time frames are trending right now. Glorious. What's wrong, sir? Someone's calling you a monkey? Well, you can ban them. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's getting weird today, man. It's getting weird today. Anyways, yeah, what do we have right here? We have another trending move, even on the short-term time frames. Obviously, daily is just continuation. I do think you're getting to the culmination of this move relatively soon. Let's see where we're at out of this space right here. I guess you have probably one more new high at minimum, somewhere around about 265. Jesus Christ, man. 2.5 to 260 or so. But very extreme conditions here on daily BBWP, so I don't think this one has too much more to go after one more drive to the upside. And then, of course, where would I invalidate bullishness on this thing? Very easily below 135.5. Not that that's anywhere near current price action. That's the problem when you go parabolic. Makes managing trades off of something like that very difficult. But hopefully that was helpful regardless. No, Culp says 7 minute, 5 hour, and 3 week. Sir, please. Derp. Appreciate that, man. The 7 minute. Can't say I've seen that one. I have seen an 8 minute, though. It kind of makes sense, too, because it is a Fibonacci number. In fact, if you do want to play around with things, Fibonacci numbers on time frames actually do seem to work rather well. Damien says, another one for you, sir. Okay, Polkadot versus Ethereum. I think we know it was. Maybe we looked at. Oh, God, I done goofed it there. Try this. Okay, cool. Man, I fucking hate charting these pairs against each other. They're just so sloppy. You know, what do you look at this right here? You look at it as an uptrend. Yes, obviously. Should we have hidden bullish evidence on this next potential low right here? We would have hidden bullish evidence if it does confirm a local low. That'll happen above whatever this area is right here. There's not enough decimal places, apparently. I'd get very bearish on it, though, below yesterday's low, however. You do have multiple drafts of bearish evidence. I mean, technically speaking, I should be looking for this one to work its way upwards and onwards, assuming that the invalidation is not hit. Weekly is, for what it's worth, bullish. Monthly is not a helpful chart for me. 5 day, a little bit more on the bearish side. I'd get very bearish on this one, though, below yesterday's low. That much is clear. Until then, this kind of would be the place that you are looking for on a bit of a major high, to be fair. So you know what? I wouldn't front run a reversal here, but I'd be very cognizant. Below yesterday's low, very, very bad. Anyways, yes, about a 4 hour specifically. 4 hours short term up, probably looking at another move around your last little spike high. Let's see. Do I take any supplements? I take vitamin D, and I also take some calcium sometimes. Flavio wants to look at block. Okay, bounce or death and decay. Okay, let's check it out. Remember, we were saying that this one's getting very close to a high, so let's see if we're there just yet. Let's see. Okay, no divergences to be aware of, even on a 4 hour. What about an hourly? Very sloppy here, but it is an altcoin after all. What about a daily? Yeah, it didn't really bounce on the area that you'd want to see it bounce on from yesterday. I do expect that this one does trade a little bit lower, somewhere around about 6.25 cents or so. 4-hour does a bounce carry on a little bit more. I think this thing can bounce up all the way to like 8.5 cents, and I'd still be generally bearish on it. Short term, and long term, it's at best sideways as long as you're below about 9.8 cents. The same thing as yesterday. The question, in my opinion, is does it come down to here, like our low 6 cent region? I think probably yes. Before it's all said and done. Not much history here, but for the history that we do have, it's general uptrend, so that's good. Just probably takes its time, I imagine. Okay, cool. Connor O'Connor says, can you look at AVE? Yeah, sure. AAVE. We haven't done this one in a very long time, actually. And where are we at? Well, I guess I know why no one's asked about it. Still very much a laggard here. Doing something like this, I mean, as long as it's holding this formation, it's good. Essentially, as long as it's above your $300 level on a daily, it's good. But I wouldn't get too excited about it as long as you're below about 336.25. Above there, I look for it to retest around your September highs. And above there, it starts to look really, really good to join the rest of the market. What's up, Giusa? We actually did Cardano earlier, and I recorded a video on it, so I'll just upload it after this video, and, well, all good right there. But basically, as long as it's above 205, I generally like it for the bear trap. What's up, Crypto Pit? Can you look at DAG USD? Yes, this is... Actually, what is this? Constellation. Yeah, this one hasn't popped up in a while as well. And quite a different chart than many other things here too, which is very interesting to see. Anyways, what do we got? Short term, a bit of a range. Now, anything within this range is generally going to be good long term, but do I think that it comes down and tests around the range lows at like 19.5 cents to maybe 20 cents? Probably yes. Then again, weekly still good here. Just weekly, I've hit in bullish evidence. It should, yeah. Might be one more test to the bottom side of the range, somewhere around like low 20 cents or so, but actually I would say that this one's going to look really, really good back above just a few days ago high, the 3rd of November, actually at 26.5 cents. At that point, I look for this one to retest your prior range highs at about 39 cents and very likely continue on with the macro rally, because this is generally a good chart. The question to me is, do we like come down, one more time somewhere down around here? I think it's somewhat likely, to be honest with you, but long term, as long as you're above that level, what was it, like 19 cents? Very, very good. And thank you for that, Petunia Dodger. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. And I see one last one over here. We're already 1 hour and 40 minutes into this damn video, but all good, man. Thanks for the TA. Good night from LA. Hey, good night to you as well, Mr. Goofy Dude. Spent a lot of time in LA myself. I grew up in San Francisco. The real G squared says last one, Sensorium. Okay, so symbol. Did we look at this one yesterday? Sounds kind of familiar, I think. That's a cool name. Poloniex and Bitrex. Don't see that all the time. Been around since 2020, and it just hasn't really had too much hype behind it. Perhaps a good thing. Anyways, for it. Okay, so you're looking at a 4-hour. Usually I'd call this a distributive high right here. I think I'm going to probably not in this case, just because of the rest of the market right now. I would be looking for bounces off this current region. I'd be bearish for a short-term move to the downside below 155, looking at moves towards 120 to 121. Until that happens, I imagine we're probably building up some divergences over here. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit right there. Not anything to write home about, but momentum oscillators are turning up more importantly. So sideways within this range is long-term good. And, if I had to call it right now, I do think that it will probably bounce off this current region. But, as always, be aware of the invalidation, because below there, that's where things fall apart, and that's where that's no longer actionable, in my opinion. Okay. All right. I think we are... Actually, we could do one for AXS. We haven't done that in a little bit, and so that one's always interesting to watch, but I think we'll cut it off after that. Voice is struggling today, man. Voice is struggling today. What do we have here? I still like it. I'm gonna like this thing, especially as long as you're now above 125. So I believe before I said I like it as long as above 120. I'd move that up $5 now. And Jesus Christ, way too many things going on right here. Okay, what are we looking like on volatility? Volatility is very, very low right now. Now, if it does come back down below 120, that would look very, very awful. And looking for big moves down to like below $100 after that, probably. But for right now, I do favor the upside still. The question is, do we come back down to the bottom side of the range or not? 4-hour says 4 hours not giving me much here. 4 hours not giving me much. I'd get bullish on it for another trending move to the upside above 153.5, and at that point I would be looking for, well, in this case, probably continuation moves towards $1.80 in line with the measured move over time. in that case. Okay, sweet. All right. I think I am going to, hey, appreciate that, Petunia. Can you comment on your BBWP versus average true range? Okay, they're both volatility indicators, but BBWP is done in a statistical format. So it's it's done in a percentile format. So to me, that's a little bit more useful and relatable in comparison to average true range, which, is still good. In fact, you can even put a percentile on that as well. In fact, I think someone has. I should probably check that out. I remember I looked at it like a while ago and I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as this. So, again, it's just whatever fits your edge more. There's many different ways to look at volatility. This is just my favorite one for right now. And we're actually working on an even better one. But it's going to require a lot of fucking work on our back end. So yeah, that's really all that there is to it. 70,000 Bitcoin tomorrow, says Sandman. I don't know if I'd necessarily say that. But where would I be looking at, where would I be basically looking at? And wouldn't even be like a $70,000 target. Look, if Bitcoin's popping back up above $67,000 by today, I'm probably looking towards 75 to 80,000 bucks in the next week or two. I don't know if it needs to happen in like the next day or if like 70,000 needs to happen tomorrow. But back above 66 today, or especially 67, will look really, really good. All right, I think, all right, we'll do one last one just because I think this one's very interesting. Christian Trocky says, any insight on new coin IMX? Do all new coins take a big dip, or will some stay up in this stage of a bull run? It's a bad sign if they are taking a big dip, especially when, as you correctly identified, in this stage of the market, everything kind of gets a free ride to all-time highs and beyond. This one is, very new. This one is not dipping right now either, so I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Unless if this is a dip to you, I have some very bad news to you, because at some point this thing actually will dip and it will be disastrous compared to this. This is still on higher lows right here. It's actually still fine, if I'm assuming I'm looking at the right thing, man. But in general, why do new coins typically dip? You mean crash? Is because the insiders, it's not necessarily insiders, but the first people who are, doing the seed rounds and everything, they're just dumping it out because, they're happy with their like 5-10x right off the bat, and they're just using you for liquidity. In fact, you got to be really careful with these new coins, man. I got to say this again. I spoke about this yesterday, but I got to say it again because it's really, really powerful. You have to understand that when like influencers on Twitter, YouTube, whatever social media venue of your choice are talking about new coins and shit, they're probably paid to talk about it. I get these offers every day, and these offers span from like $5,000 to $15,000 to just like mention a fucking coin and like tell people to basically buy it, which is just ridiculous, because a lot of the time these people, when they send me these emails, it's not like, hey man, this new coin which does X, Y, and Z, and it's and it's going to solve this issue right here, and we've got this working product and we're really excited about it. Would you potentially be interested in trying it out, and then if you like it, maybe promote it? Instead of that, it's just like a fucking sales pitch, and it's like gross, fucking gross, man. So just be aware, that is the game with a lot of these influencers, and if they're talking about like very specific things, there's a good probability that they were paid to talk about it in my experience. So just be aware because, well, you could be being used as exit liquidity. Anyways, for this chart specifically, this is fucking fine, man. I don't know what dip you're talking about, to be honest with you. So cool. When people say diamond hands, they are too attached to the asset. Oh yeah, diamond hands are probably the good luck with that, man. Good luck with that, baby. Anyways, yeah, I hear you on that, RB Smith. For the new people who saw their first Darth Maul dildo like yesterday and got liquidated, well, first off, lower the fucking leverage or just don't trade leverage at all. And second off, my condolences, sirs and sirs. All right. Yeah, I'm not saying that IMX is a scam. I was speaking in generalities right there. But, as far as charts go, it's actually still pretty damn good for what it's worth. Very, very new, so can't really say anything more than that. IMX second layer Ethereum for NFTs. Fair enough. All right, cool. That's going to do it for today, guys. Yeah, never marry your bags. Exactly, Chaos. Exactly. Never marry your bags. That's going to do it for today, guys. Again, the big focus is on today's 5-day and daily closure. Anywhere above $66,000 is going to look really, really good coming into the next 5 to 10 days. I'd still be sticking with my more long-term macro target, or I guess they're just still long-term targets now, of about 75,000, maybe even as much as $80,000, perhaps later this month or early December if that happens. If we close below 66, it's not a death sentence, but it does start to bring into the question, do we correct further to the downside? And obviously any sort of a 4-hour or even an hourly close at this point below 63,500 would look pretty damn nasty. Anyways, I'm going to shut it off now. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.
Christmas dildos moving up and down. They'll call him Crypto Krown. You've got to TA to be free. Learn how to surf in the deep red sea. Trendlines, average values, RSI. Lift ocean coins to the sky. From Mr. Buter into XRP. Oh, bear Jesus, set us free. Crypto what? Crypto Krown. Drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better buckle down. Cause it's the final crypto what? Crypto Krown. Drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better buckle down. Cause it's the final countdown. Open has the mastermind. Dive into Crypto Cave and let's go for a ride. The whales are coming very soon, very soon. Up to the moon in the afternoon. Crypto what? Crypto Krown. Drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better buckle down. Cause it's the final crypto what? Crypto Krown. Drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better buckle down. Cause it's the final countdown. Drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better buckle down. Cause it's the final crypto what? Crypto Krown. Drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better